Hello friends, here is AS-VTOL, the new fully 3D printable vertical takeoff and landing system. It is designed for FPV flights, aerial photography and normal model flight. It has a wingspan of around 1.3 meters and a maximum takeoff weight of 3 kg. The model has an extremely modular design so that you can replace only the affected parts after an accident. This means your model is quickly ready for new flights. To build the model, you first need a 3D printer, and then a lot of 3D printed parts. Quite a lot. Okay, let's start assembling the fuselage. It's best to use super glue, preferably with an activator. We apply a generous amount of glue to the areas where it will be glued together. Then we insert the alignment pins and connect the parts. We quickly wipe off the excess glue before spraying on the activator. We then do the same with the third part of the fuselage. Next, put in the threaded inserts into the matching holes. Now it's time to glue the wing modules. The wings each consist of 2 elements. First insert the winglet alignment pin and then glue the parts together. After the aileron is on, let's glue the last part in place. Then we push in the carbon tubes so that everything is aligned. But be careful not to glue the tubes in place. We have to be able to pull them out again later. We do the same with the second wing section. Again, make sure that the carbon tubes do not stick. The assembly of the tail sections are in a similar way to the fuselage. And the V-tail is almost like the wings. You can decide yourself whether you want to glue the carbon tube or not. Assembling the VTOL booms is not difficult. The individual parts are simply pushed into each other with the help of the carbon rods and then glued together. Now it's the ideal time to sand and paint the parts. This step is optional. I always use 80 grit sandpaper to get the parts clean. Then you can paint them with spray paint in any color you like. For a nicer result, you can apply a coat of primer beforehand. Now let's look at the latches. I use a piece of PETG filament as a joint, but screws also work. You have to be careful when gluing, so that the moving parts don't stick together. Leave the glue to dry completely at the end. At the end, secure the latches in the cavities provided. Make sure that there are no excessive filaments in the cavities. To finish the wings, the fasteners are now glued in. Here too, it is important to clean the cavities so that the fasteners can work properly. The fasteners for the V-tails are inserted in the same way. Before we install the VTOL booms in the wings, we attach the servo motors to the cowlings and the drive motors to the holders. Make sure that everything is secure. Guide the cables properly through the channels. Tweezers can help here. This model offers two different landing gear options. You can choose which one you want to use. Both are attached to the underside of the fuselage with M4 screws. Now we can attach the servo motors. I use normal 9-gram servos for the aileron and the rudderators. You can also use others if you change the mounts. The step files for this are provided. Next, we set up the tilt mechanism. To do this, we open the ground control station software, in this example Mission Planner. We select manual mode. Observe the direction in which the servo shaft turns. Then we attach the servo linkage and make sure that the shaft is seated correctly. Then we go into screw stabilize mode. Change the PWM values in the settings until the cowling rotates 90 degrees upwards. The next step is to install and adjust the electronic devices. The recommended devices and software can be found in the model manual. Finally, put all the parts together. Make sure that no wires are trapped. Now the model is ready to take off. Visit us on social media. There is a Facebook group for discussions with other users. All links can be found below in the description. Have fun assembling and flying the AS-VTOL.